Hey guys, it's Troy here, and this is a really different video than usual because this is some archived footage that I've held on to for 5 years. I actually completely forgot this footage existed until yesterday, and I remember a year ago when I pulled out my old computer, the one I used to edit all my videos on from 2011 to 2015. Yeah, I found that computer under my bed and I was looking in the video section to see what footage I'd saved, and I came across this and I immediately knew what it was because of the date. So it was last summer, 2018, that I rediscovered the footage of the last worldwide I ever played in Mario Kart Wii. And it's not like these races are anything special, but at the same time they are. This footage is from May 19th, around 4:10 p.m. according to the footage when the record button was pressed, and I only played a handful of races here because the worldwide kind of died quick. But it was still really cool, and I'm so happy I found this footage. I was gonna upload this on the 20th, but it was last summer that I was like, oh, I'll save that for the 5-year anniversary of Nintendo Wi-Fi going down. But as you guys can see, I forgot. And at the same time, I'm glad I remembered it because yesterday I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna upload that footage. So here it is, coming at you a couple days late, but definitely still worth uploading. And it just shows like how cool it is that WFC has been around for 5 years now and is still going strong. CTGP is killing it, and to be honest, they're even better than Nintendo Wi-Fi by quite a bit. The only downside to the current forms of online play we have are less people have access to it. It was so easy to jump into a worldwide lobby before. Obviously, you guys know, back in the day, the Wii U days, Nintendo made online free. Now it costs a little bit on the Switch, but yeah, the player base was huge for Mario Kart Wii. This game sold like 38 million copies, which is one of the best-selling games of all time. Definitely the best-selling game in the entire Mario Kart franchise. And there was always tons of people playing online. It was hilarious. Lots of moms and dads would play. Everybody has a memory of them joining a room with like 4 people with the me, dad, or mom, or grandma, you know. It was such a family game. Lots of people playing on 2 consoles with the guest instead of the VR labeled on their screen. So yeah, this room actually had a lot of people in the 9,000 plus range, something you don't see on WFC/CTGP too much because it's so hard nowadays to get VR when everyone had to restart their licenses, and the only people that play nowadays are a lot better than the people that played back in the day. So yeah, it was much easier to get 9s back in the day before the servers went down. But yeah, I remember playing this after it was quite a few days off. I hadn't played Mario Kart Wii in a few weeks, and I was preparing myself for Mario Kart 8. This was 2014, May 19th. Mario Kart 8 came out less than a month later, and that was all I was thinking about. I didn't think I was going to be playing Mario Kart Wii anymore. It was the same thing that happened when Mario Kart 7 was coming out. I was like, okay, we're taking a huge break from Mario Kart Wii. We're going to put all our time into Mario Kart 7. I found myself back to Mario Kart Wii 1 month later, and to be honest, a similar thing happened in Mario Kart 8 to Mario Kart Wii. I was back to Mario Kart Wii in a couple months. So I still remember playing these races and thinking this might be like the last time I play Mario Kart Wii for a while, because I didn't really have too much interest in WFC, and a lot of people shared the same sentiment. They're ready to move on to something new, and the whole community was kind of in that phase of like, yeah, like screw Mario Kart Wii, like, you know, we're gonna play the new game. Like, this game has brought us so much pain, and this game has so much wrong with it, and people viewed I'm just gonna say the opinion about the game was a lot different back in the day to what it is now. Now people share a lot of nostalgia for the game, a lot of happiness. They realize how great the game is, and all the positives. Still, don't get me wrong, some negatives. I still hate the Thundercloud, as you guys know, many other things. But overall, it's like people have came to appreciate the game a way that people didn't appreciate it back in 2014. I remember the way I felt about the game was like, it was one of my favorite games ever, but there was so much I didn't like about it. And now I look back on that and I'm just like, wow, like, the game was so much better than I thought it was. It makes you realize it when you play the newer games, and you still feel really strongly for Mario Kart Wii. And then, you know, I got into some other games during like 2015, 16, 17, 18. I remember I had a huge phase where I played Smash Bros. Wii U. played a little bit of Smash Bros. Melee, got into Hearthstone for a bit, and yeah, lots of other Wii U games. And now I find myself playing Mario Kart Wii full time, so it's crazy. To be honest, when I recorded this footage you're watching right now, I think the channel had around 30,000 subs at the most, like at the, not many. It was much less than what we're at now. And you know, that included the year and a half I took off of YouTube from 2016 to 2017. So this was so cool to find. I'm so happy that I have this footage to upload for you guys. This was recorded with an HD PVR, which was this is such a nostalgic video. I'm just talking all nostalgia here. But yeah, like this was recorded with an HD PVR, and that was the capture card I used for such a long time. Like back then, capture cards were not mainstream, and I paid like 200 bucks for that thing, which was practically like all the money I had. It was before I was partnered on YouTube. I was back in high school. I was a junior in high school, and it was the most amazing thing ever. I remember the quality of this capture card was just unlike anything I'd seen. I remember Adam, which was a friend of mine who was in the clan Flow, was the first one I knew to get this capture card, and he showed me the footage, and I was like, wow, like, and I saved up to get an HD PVR. So before that, I was using a Dazzle. Dazzle's not nearly as good. So yeah, no, this was nice because like the footage is preserved in HD quality, 720p here, and I'm rendering this in 1080p, so hopefully it even looks a little bit better. YouTube likes to compress the bitrate whenever you upload things in 720p, so I like to upload things in 1080 even if their native resolution is 720. But yeah, you'll probably recognize some of the names in this room. Some of these people still play today, like Australian player Sneak is in this room. I know Aruba is in there for a bit, Bubbles, and quite a few others I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm not actually even watching the footage as I'm recording this because it's funny, the file type for this footage is like M2TS, and it's like lagging hardcore right now in my editing software, unlike the other footage I use, which is normally MP4 file. So I can't even watch the footage, but I know once I rendered it out, it'll look fine. And I don't even want to really talk about the races anyway. I just kind of want to go on a giant trip down memory lane and get all nostalgic for 15 minutes, if you guys don't mind. But I'm going to spoil something right now for those of you to remind me in 5 years. I actually have 2 recordings of May 19th. I also have a Clan War, and it was recorded at 11 p.m. May 19th. So this is not the last races I ever played on Nintendo Wi-Fi, it's just the last Worldwides I ever played. I did Clan War, and I'm thinking for the 10-year anniversary, I'll upload that Clan War, the whole Clan War, for my last races on Nintendo Wi-Fi when we did a Clan War super late at night. So pretty cool. I'm so happy I have this. And for those of you who didn't play back in the day and just got into Mario Kart Wii within the last 5 years, there were none of the features that WiiMfi has, and the CTGP features were nothing like they are today. So on WiiMfi, like, we have this thing called OpenHost. So whenever I'm doing my Twitch fun rooms that I upload a lot of them to YouTube, we use the OpenHost code. So I have over like 500 people added on the license. All the people who subscribe to me on Twitch get to be added on the license for the rooms, and that would have never been possible on Nintendo Wi-Fi because you can only add 30 people per license, and with WiiMfi you can add it directly through the website, so you can have infinite number of people added. There's also something called blacklist FCs where you can literally make it so anyone who adds your FC can join the room. You don't even have to add them back, so you can have infinite people on your roster, and you don't even have to add the codes period, but that way you can't choose who gets in, who doesn't. But that feature alone has made so much of my content today that gets uploaded possible. So it makes it so much more convenient. If we did not have WiiMfi, all the vehicle clan wars, like the knockout tournaments, the item raid rooms, everything you see would have been so much harder to organize. And I don't know if I would have like put up with that hassle, but WiiMfi makes everything so simplistic. And I know WiiMfi like isn't the most perfect server. We definitely give it some flack because you know, the internet, we get disconnected. It feels like more than usual, but at the same time, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but Nintendo Wi-Fi was far from perfect itself. So we're just super lucky we have WiiMfi. It's even better than Nintendo Wi-Fi, in my opinion. And it's done so much for our community. So Weem, thank you so much for making Mario Kart Wii playing online possible and as easy as it is today. And Mr. Bean, obviously, thank you so much for CTGP. It's came such a long way. Like, the features we have nowadays are things I wouldn't even dreamed were possible. I still remember the days of CTGP where I had to go on like MarioKartWii.com and there was a thread for CTGP and I had to download all the files into a zip file and then I had to extract them into the SD card every single time I wanted to update it. And it was always such a hassle because you had to tell all your friends to go to the website to download the new footage and the new files and all that. And it was just so archaic compared to how it is now, where we have this automatic updater, which wasn't even possible on the Wii. The Wii didn't even have DLC, and Mr. Bean implemented DLC into Mario Kart Wii. So things are so amazing now for Mario Kart Wii. Like, the game could literally last forever with the tools that it has, and like the people that work on the mods and are improving the game, the coders, you know, people like Mr. Bean and Weem. So it's crazy. It's crazy. I never imagined this to be possible. I remember when I came back in 2017 summer, it's when I came back to Mario Kart Wii after a long time not playing the game. About 18 months, at least, not touching the game really at all. And I was just shocked at how much the game had grown, like how much the community had grown when it comes to just like progression towards these things that I was talking about. So the player base wasn't there, but like the tools were, and I saw the potential to get back into it and to try to help grow the game through content. So it all worked out really well, and it's funny looking back at it because I'm just looking at these races here, and like when I was playing these races, like in my head, the ones that you're watching right now on screen, I remember thinking like these might be some of my last races I ever play for Mario Kart Wii. And like it's 5 years later, and I've uploaded hundreds of videos since this footage was recorded, and I'm gonna upload hundreds more. So even if we do in the future for this channel play other games like other Mario Kart games, I'm gonna definitely give Crash Team Racing on the Switch a good try, probably some Mario Maker as well. We're gonna always have Mario Kart Wii have some place on the channel because that is what the channel is, and that is where all of the audience is, and that's what you guys like the most. So it's really cool that this game can produce so much interest so late into its lifespan. I always tell people this, I'm like, this game is kind of like the Melee of the Mario Kart franchise, and the reason why that comparison makes so much sense is because Super Smash Bros. Melee is a game that has just stood the test of time. The game has had so many iterations from the series come after it, like there was Smash Bros. Brawl, Wii U, 3DS, and then now Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Melee is still going really strong. And Mario Kart Wii is kind of the same way. The Mario Kart 7, 8, 8 Deluxe, we have Mario Kart Tour coming out soon, and Mario Kart Wii is still doing really well. And then, kind of similar to Smash Bros. Melee, people play it online, but they have to do it through a mod called NetPlay. And then for us, we have WeemFi. So there's that comparison to make too. Obviously, Super Smash Bros. Melee has way more of a competitive scene and an esports scene than Mario Kart Wii does, but you know, it's still really cool that Mario Kart Wii has a casual, competitive, and just a, you know, maybe it's not necessarily monetary based, but there's still a competitive community for the game through custom tracks, clan wars, free-for-all tournaments online. There's still that going on, and that kind of comes and goes. I know there's some in real life tournament in New York happening, which is like honestly the first one in America happening this summer for Mario Kart Wii. I think it's called Exalt, and that is really cool. Europe does some of those tournaments, so maybe Mario Kart Wii will get more of those in the future. Maybe it's possible. Maybe there'll be competitive Mario Kart Wii 5 years from now. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like actual events that had a prize pool. So who knows, man? Who knows? I'm trying to think, is there any other comparisons with Melee and Mario Kart Wii? I don't know. In the comment section below, if you guys have any comparisons, let me know, because I remember like a couple years ago I had like made a whole list of, when I was super into Melee, I made a whole list of the comparisons between the two games, and it was shocking how many there were. But yeah guys, so that's really it for this video. I was just kind of rambling for 14-15 minutes now. I've been playing what's it called? I've been playing Sherbetland Glitch this week. Just started it yesterday. Hop on my Twitch stream if you want to see it. I'm going to be doing multiple sessions during this week. Gonna try to get 2 glitches in one run on time trials. So hopefully I'll see you guys there on twitch.tv/TWD98. And we got plenty of fun summer plans. I'm going to be playing the beta for Mario Kart Tour this week because it comes out. So super lucky that one of my roommates got the access code. Let me know in the comments below if you got the access code for the beta for Mario Kart Tour. You guys are super lucky. And yeah, that's all I got. Okay, thank you for watching. Enjoy Funky Kong dancing as always, and peace.